Hey everybody, how you doing out there? Welcome to week 3. This is your video of the week to talk about content that's upcoming and your discussion questions. Let's get over here to content. We're closing out week 2. In the next couple of days, I'll be grading your VMCs for your business and the Edge of Entrepreneurism assignment, one of my favorite assignments. So you can deep dive into an entrepreneur and see what has made them successful. So those are due today, or they were due last night at midnight, and I will be checking them out here shortly. Now, week 3, here we are. Week 3 is going to be the SWOT analysis, the most tried and true methodology out there in assessing businesses. You do have one discussion question, Crystal, talking about bookkeeping. In week 6, I believe we'll do a pro forma for your business. So it's important to understand profit and loss, cash flow statements, balance sheets. For this class, you only have to do an income statement, and it's a projection. And we'll talk about it more when we get to that week, but I want to give you a thought starter video. The other discussion question is one of my favorite, is 12 tax write-offs or deductions you can have when you're a small business owner. And I will tell you, this is one area that's overlooked too often by small business owners that I coach, is they don't realize all the deductions, or they're afraid to take the deductions that are in there for a reason to help them manage their businesses. I've been taking deductions for years from my business because that helps my business thrive. One of the ones that is often overlooked is office space. This space in my house is my office. I don't use it for anything else outside of office work. And so the square footage is deducted at a rate per square foot on my taxes. Another one is vehicle. You can deduct actually mileage or the maintenance of your vehicle. You can't do both. Excuse me. So you have to choose. I find mileage easier to track than the maintenance of my vehicle and depreciation. So that's the deduction I take in that space. If I take people out for lunch and talk about my business, that's a deduction. He's going to talk about 12 of them that are really great for your business and are completely legal. There's nothing to be concerned about here. But it's a great way to help you offset some of your expenses for your business. For example, in November, I'm going to go for a professional development seminar, and it's for my business. So I can write off that trip to New York to learn more about how I can be better as a business owner. And then you have your value proposition statement this week. You saw the video last week. I hope that inspired you to do your work this week. And you're going to make the statements. Now, mind you, I have provided 3 examples, as always, so you can view what's the best of best out there. Here's Ashley's. I really like Ashley's. Oh, I'm sorry, my dog is now barking. Sweet Crumbs Bakery. She creates an overall statement and then breaks down each area for me to understand her value proposition. Remember, value proposition is your differentiator. It's what makes you better than any other business in your industry. I'm really sorry about the backdrop of barking. Now, you've also got Daphne. Daphne wants to be a realtor, and this is her value proposition statement. So please look at the examples. They'll be a good guide for you. I think he's calmed down now. And then the other one that's this week, let me go back up here. Sorry about that, folks, is content. You have also your SWOT statement to do. So here's the SWOT. I'd watch another video I provided for you. This is not a discussion question video, so you don't have to watch it, but I really recommend you doing so because it'll help you with the assignment of the week. Now you're going to look at some of the best SWOT analysis I've seen. Tyranny's is phenomenal. Now, when you look at the SWOT, there's a lot of templates out there. I want you to look at the template, then create your own document. I don't want you to just fill in a template. So this SWOT analysis, Tyranny wants to open a business called Dakota Tees, T-shirts. Now, there's a trap that falls in or can come into play when you're doing a SWOT analysis that you assess too much. Now, good at SWOT analysis, the S and W are strengths and weaknesses to your business internally, things you have control of. Opportunities and threats are outside of your business. These are things you don't also have control of, but you got to be aware of them. And finally, the newest T, there's two T's, is trends. What's trending in your marketplace? So here's her internal controls. The strengths she felt for her business were t-shirt design, social impact, target market. That's great. And then she saw the weaknesses to be brand recognition. I mean, there's a lot of t-shirt companies out there. She's in a cluttered market. High price margins because she wants to be eco-friendly. She wants to be sustainable. So those products come at a higher price point to her to provide the t-shirts. And then physical interactions. Now, she thought the opportunities to her business were the social, the social materials, the source materials. Sun's coming in here now as well. Gosh, I've got a lot of obstacles today. Sell other products and partnership events. And then her threats to her business were labor costs are going to go up because she has to pay more for good quality workers. She wants to have living wages, and failed marketing. And finally, these are her trends. I hope that sun is not being difficult for the viewing of this video. I think I've tried to arrange this correctly. I will close the blinds next time. Now, Bree, this is a really good SWOT analysis too, is she wanted to open a business, or she did open a business, called Berries and Bree, charcuterie board business. And this is her strengths and weaknesses, opportunities and threats. She locally sourced. What I like about hers, she just gave bullets at the very top and then she broke it down. Now, for me, this is too many. I think Tyrannies is a better work product, but this gives you a different look and feel, which I want to accomplish with this. Here's the competition's weakness, social media presence. She doesn't have a lot of experience in social media management, and she's a one-person show. She's a sole proprietor. Opportunities and threats. Loyal returning customers, don't have them yet. They're going to someplace else potentially right now. Online ordering systems and website creation. Threats, economic downturns. This is a luxury purchase, so not everybody's going to be purchasing it when things are tough economically. Maybe there's supplier disruptions. We've heard about the tariffs enough recently. And then you got trends. There's a lot of trends she's seen here that she's identified. So that is the SWOT assessment. So you have a SWOT and a VP due this week, another 2 assignment week. And then when we get into week 4, we start talking about client personas and client avatars. Next week, not this week, next week you only have 1 assignment due. I think from that point forward. But the front end of this class, you have a couple assignments due each week to prepare you for the real tough aspects. So awesome, folks. This has been good work so far that I've been viewing, and I look forward to seeing your homework